Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Peter here. Today's video is from the house of Nasomatto. It's not this one. This one is my favourite Pardon. It's the only one I own from the house. Love Pardon, it's a fantastic scent. It's really good. But this one is a review of Duro. I did sample Duro a long time ago, probably over a year ago now, and I thought it was okay. It was quite masculine, but I didn't like it more than Pardon. Pardon was my favourite. I only wanted to buy Pardon. So yeah, I've revisited it for this review like a year later, and my opinions on it have kind of changed just because of what I'm doing. Owning all these oils and synthetics and stuff, I'm familiar with a lot of stuff that's used. With this, I recognise a couple of notes, or at least I think I recognise a couple of notes. I'm not going to pretend I'm an expert. Please don't think I'm big-headed or arrogant. That has been suggested when in previous videos when I've said, oh, I can smell this. Some people seem to not like that. But I'm just giving an opinion of what I think I'm smelling. There's all possibility that I might be completely wrong. So, you know, please don't think I'm some big-headed, arrogant tit. But at the same time, I do own a lot of oils, and when I think I recognise something, I like to say what it is I recognise. Some people seem to take that the wrong way sometimes. In previous videos when I've said I can smell this in a fragrance, for some reason it's taken the wrong way, which is why I'm putting this disclaimer on now. So what I think I smell in this fragrance is a speciality basis, what I call a synthetic pre-made accord, a base material. I kind of view those as cheating. That's just the way I see it, because it's not a singular note. It's this thing that's been made for you to smell good, so you don't have to do much effort. That's how I see synthetic bases. They're very common. I'm smelling them all the time now. I smelt one in Amouage. I smelt them in indie brands. They're popping up all the time. Very, very common because they're cheap. They do the work for you. It smells good. It lasts a long time. I understand why they're used. It's just annoying when you can recognise them. So with this, what I think I smell is Black Agar by a company called Givaudan. Givaudan is one of the world's leading manufacturers in creating synthetics and creating perfumes for brand owners. So it's specifically called Black Agar by Givaudan. It tries to replicate the smell of agarwood or oud, so it's an oud synthetic. To me, it doesn't smell of oud, it smells resinous and sweet. It's described as ambery and balsamic. So imagine, you know, a thick, dark, resinous, slightly sticky kind of smell. It almost, to me, has nuances of something like tobacco, where you have that kind of sweet, kind of woody tone that the tobacco leaf has. It smells of dry tobacco, resins, sticky. It's kind of a little bit sweet. It's a very, very specific note, which is why I kind of recognised it like that. Yeah, that's what I smell as the main kind of accord for the whole fragrance. It was Black Agar. I actually did a dab test. This is Black Agar. I only have a little bit. I put it on one hand and I sprayed Duro on the other hand, and I compared, and I'm pretty damn sure that it is what I'm smelling. There's obviously other notes in there. I'm not saying it's the only thing, but there is a heavy dose of it. You do easily recognise it. And, you know, I monitored the changes on both hands. They seemed to change the same way. They disappeared at the same time. They lasted the same amount of time on the hand. So, you know, that's a good indication, isn't it? I also thought I could smell a little bit of Cashmeran. Again, I'm not an expert. I might be completely wrong. Don't take that to the bank. I'm just saying what I seem to perceive. It actually smelled more specifically like Cashmeran Velvet. Cashmeran Velvet is a slightly more musty version of Cashmeran. If you don't know what Cashmeran smells like, by the way, if you smell Jupe Wow, that's pretty heavy on Cashmeran. That's pretty much exactly what Cashmeran smells like. So if you're familiar with Jupe Wow, if you see it in a store and you pick it up and smell it, that's what Cashmeran smells like. Cashmeran Velvet is slightly more musty and slightly kind of a dirtier muskiness to it, and a subtle spice there as well to the Cashmeran. That's kind of what I get from Duro. There's this black agar, resinous, sweet, kind of warm balsamic note with this underlining mustiness that's a little bit kind of spiced. That's exactly what I get from Duro, and it gives the illusion of a little bit like leather. So you'll hear people say that this smells spicy and leathery, and yeah, but it's the black agar that gives the illusion of the leather just from the resins. You know, it's the thick, sticky kind of resinous aspect of the scent that gives it this illusion of like a smooth leather. But yeah, I'm sure there's more going on in the fragrance. Like I say, it's not just those materials. They just stand out to me as you know, when I smell something I recognise, I lock onto that, and I struggle to see past that. If, in all honesty, this kind of ruins my enjoyment of the fragrance. This now is not one I would go and buy. Although I'm lucky in the sense that I had smelled it a year ago and I decided to go with Pardon. So I don't, you know, I'm not really missing out because this is my favourite anyway. Would I recommend it? Sure. Knowing what it is, I feel maybe it's overpriced because it does feel simple and it does feel like the main note is this synthetic base. You know, so, but that's just my take because I know what it is. Does it smell good? Yes. Does it smell, it smells masculine. I wouldn't particularly think a woman would enjoy wearing this, although I'm sure there are women that do. But it does definitely lean more masculine. It smells like a colder weather fragrance, a winter fragrance, or, you know, a cold fall kind of fragrance. It smells more evening and more specific. You're not going to pick up Duro all the time. It's not going to be a signature daytime scent. It's going to be very limited as to when you actually go and pick this thing up. So it's not particularly all that versatile. In terms of performance, didn't project all that well on me. There's rumours going around, or I've heard rumours of Nasomatto in recent years have been reformulated, not quite lasting as long. I've no idea if that's true. I honestly don't know. All I can say is that this doesn't project well on me, and longevity is about 5 to 6 hours, which coincidentally is exactly the same time as black agar lasts on my skin, because I dabbed this on Neat to compare. They disappeared at the same time, 5 to 6 hours, they were both gone. So, you know, it doesn't really hold up a candle to Pardon, which lasts a lot longer and projects a lot stronger. This is still my favourite. So, yeah, that's my take on Duro. Resinous, slightly sweet, balsamic, kind of wintry, rich kind of fragrance, and I think it's nice. I think it smells good. I just lose my enjoyment of it because all I can smell is that black agar. Funnily enough, there are other reviewers that do exactly the same as me, where they have a big collection of synthetics and naturals and they smell things and try to create their own stuff. I'm not the only one doing that. I have actually seen black agar by Givaudan in people's videos. Nobody seems to have picked out that it is what they smell in Duro. Maybe if you're one of those guys that owns that thing, put it on your hand and see what you think. Compare it. You might agree with me, you might not. But that's my take on it. Hope you enjoyed the video. I will see you again next time. Bye bye. Take care.